feel confused about all the generation names that are floating around? There are currently 6 generations alive: the GI generation, the silent generation, the baby boomers, Gen X, the millennials or Gen Y, and now Generation Z. Gen Z begins around the year 2000, and we're talking about the generation of those who are aged around 20 and younger. They account for 18% of the world's population, and these teens want to change the world. They're hugely entrepreneurial, responsible, and influential. They're cause-oriented, and they value diversity and plurality. They're transparent, self-reliant, flexible, and they desire personal freedom. Honesty and integrity are high values. These guys are Generation We, not Generation Me. They're especially excited about the idea of being a people leader. They're all about authentic relationships and service. But they're also known as the I generation, the distracted generation, or screenagers. They've been raised on screens, and they can dedicate up to 27% of their waking hours to screen time. Most use an average of 5 screens at a time, and 87% have their phone within arm's reach, day or night. They're used to instant action and satisfaction, and they crave immediate and constant feedback. They have short attention spans. Up to 11% of this generation have been diagnosed with ADHD. They're so used to on-demand entertainment that they can't handle boredom. They've been raised with schedules full of good activities, but they often experience too much stress and a fear of making mistakes. Anxiety and depression are real for them, and there's increasing evidence that too much tech has a negative impact on mental health. There's a growing lack of empathy and exhaustion from never recharging away from technology. Their pace of life provides few margins for solitude or silence. What they feel is more significant for them than what is true. They've grown up in a time of redefined families, identities, and sexuality, and morality is undefined and questionable. They're used to having input, and they want buy-in. They want to have freedom to question what's happening, express dissent, or wrestle with ideas. But they're not so used to face-to-face communication. They're yearning for it, so we need to teach them. Part of your role may be to help Gen Zs have freedom from their helicopter parents and learn how to feel safe in a world that feels threatening. We need to help them heal from early and prolonged exposure to an online world of cyberbullying, sexting, and porn. Authentic relationships are key to helping them understand the systematic devaluing of human life as seen in pornography. These kids have the ability to be self-directed and entrepreneurial. We need to give them freedom. We need to encourage them to run and help them move past their fears. Generation Z has grown up with less church and religious input in their lives than nearly any generation before them, and that's where we can play a role. We have the one thing they're not so likely to buy online, and that's Jesus. We need to pray with and for these teens that they'll be the generation that truly provokes change in our world.